Ever wondered what you can do to create a killer product page? Because I know a lot of e-commerce brands do. And the thing is, you can find a lot of information online and you can talk to experts, but it's a lot of theory, like how would it actually look like on a real product page? Well, today I'm going to break down the perfect Shopify product page, and I'm going to show you a real example of a page that nails every aspect of what makes a product page convert. So if you ever struggled to improve your product page or wondered what really works, then this is for you. So let's break it down so you can apply these principles to your store right now. Now, if you wonder why listen to this guy, over the past 8 years I've helped over 60 e-commerce brands increase their revenue by optimizing their website. That includes running hundreds of A/B tests to figure out what makes visitors actually buy. This isn't just theory, I've seen what really works. Now let's go to the product page that really nails every aspect. So what we see here is a page of space goods, and this is their main product page. And it's actually a kit, which is already different what a lot of brands do. They tend not to start with a kit, but they have the balls to do so. And what you can immediately see is that they are being trusted by a lot of people. And that gives you a feeling of, okay, I'm not the first stupid person who's going to trust this brand. Now, a lot of people have already bought it. So if it's actually something that's not really good, I'm not the first stupid one to buy it. And trust me, that's how people think. And also they can see, of course, that it has a high rating. It's not a 5 out of 5 because that would be a bit untrustworthy in the eyes of the customer. So a 4.4 is a good score. Now here you can already see in the beginning free shipping plus 60-day money back guarantee. This is not necessarily amazing. I mean, it's good to have, but there is a bit of a banner blindness. People, they don't tend to see that as much anymore, but it's good to have it there. People can see it. And you can also see it here when you go on mobile version. Above the fold, you can still see the reviews, but you can also still see the product very clearly. So what they also really do well is that it shows that there are free accessories there. So that of course entices you, and they did it really well because this is a subscription for a kind of a coffee blend. This is more of a super coffee with a lot of like mushrooms and other things that improve your or enhance your performance. And what they do is they offer accessories. And why that makes it very powerful is that makes you feel that you get a lot of things for free. And who doesn't like free things? And it looks like a lot. You get a free tin, you get a free cup, you get a free whisk, and you get a free scooper. And of course, that is an investment for them, but it is not as expensive as they might make it look like. This doesn't cost them a lot. Furthermore, if you buy this kit, and if you have it in your house, you'll be also constantly reminded of that product. You're also more likely to use it because you also like these freebies that you got and you also want to make use of them. So they will earn it back because people that have that kit will more likely also keep on ordering the product. But besides that, they immediately also clearly describe here, for example, the price per serving, because people might think, oh, it is a bit expensive, but then again, it is cheaper than a cup of coffee if I would buy it every day. And it also immediately shows you the number of servings in the bag. So that question of, okay, but how many coffees can I drink from this is also answered. So a lot of questions are already immediately tackled. Now, of course, you have the price. They have a big savings. That is, of course, also because of that kit. You have some nutritional information if you want to skip to that, if you wonder, okay, what is actually in it. But then they have here the benefits. And that is a great thing to have here because people can immediately see why it benefits them. It supports focus, energy, and mental performance. That is what they are aiming for. That is why you should buy the product. And they also tackle here an issue that a lot of these blends have, meaning, okay, this is good for me. This is maybe a good supplement, but it's just disgusting. So they tackle it immediately by saying that it has a great taste. And you can also, how you can mix it, like with water or with milk, and how you can drink it hot or cold. So these questions are also immediately answered. This page really also does well with answering any questions that you can have. What they also do here is kind of counter what the competition has, which is coffee, where you can have a crash after drinking coffee and then the caffeine wears out, or some people drink so much coffee they get jitters. They get a bit of an anxiety, like your heart is going to race, so people don't want that. There are a lot of people that have those issues. So they also tackle that, say like, hey, we don't have that. So it really does well answering also these questions. Then you come here and you immediately see that they pre-selected the starter kit bundle. And that is a good thing because a lot of people, they tend to stay with the status quo. So they're not likely to make a change, or at least they're more likely to go with the pre-selected option than to change the option. But still, they don't force you on the kits. You can still decide to choose for the drink. But again, as I said before, why would you? Because for just a bit extra, you get all these freebies, and that is what people, of course, like. Here you can select also different flavors, and you could add an image. It's not necessary for some brands. What they do well is these flavors people usually like. So chocolate, you can actually see the chocolate, makes you feel like yummy, or the strawberry, right? It looks like a fresh strawberry, makes it more appealing. And the image changes as soon as you click. And that's also, you might notice, because when you scroll, this image is fixed. And that's also good, because oftentimes when you have certain options that you need to select, this will be, you will have to scroll down with the options, and the image is already way further up, and you don't really see the image changing. You don't know if your product also changes. And in this case, you can immediately see, oh, this is what I get. You actually also get 2 cups, and you get 3 cups. It's immediately clear what you're going to get. So this is very well done. Now, I also want to highlight this image gallery, and I want to go here to the mobile version, where, of course, if you have these options, you cannot really have the image fixed because you don't have the real estate to do so. But what they do really well with the images is it kind of already answers a lot of questions. So here, the first thing when you land on this page, you see free, 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 free. So yeah, that of course grabs your attention, and you click, and then it starts telling you a story. And I can zoom in a bit more so you can see it also better. But here you can immediately see how it works. So you can see someone blending it. They say it's quick and easy, no more stacking. Supplements, it generally tastes great. Like these things already answer questions or remove doubt. 0 fillers, no more drowsiness, super potent ingredients. So it kind of already starts telling you a story. This is how you use it. It's not difficult to buy a powder and blend it with water or milk, but it just makes it so easy and appealing if you see it that way. And then here have a cup of focus, also some information. It kind of takes you through the product and also answers your questions along the way, like what's in it, these ingredients, you can drink it hot and cold, you know, the accessories that are included. So a lot of information, because especially on mobile, people, they look a lot at the images and they don't like to read. People don't like to read in general, but mobile visitors in general tend to spend half the time on your website as desktop users. So they don't read that much. So if you can have that information already in an image, it's very powerful. They also have here a lot of information about it. So therefore, when you go through these images, you kind of already got the gist. Now let's go back here to this page and scroll a bit further down. Here you have also some benefits that they mentioned, but this is also a good thing to have. It's in stock, ready to ship, which is good. People don't have to wonder when they can get it, because it also says it will deliver it the day after if you do express shipping. So it's immediately clear, okay, if I buy it now, I have it very fast. And that is very appealing for people because they don't like to wait 3 weeks before something arrives. If they can get it fast, they're more also likely to take action now, because if I can get it tomorrow and I don't order now, I don't have it tomorrow. But if it comes in 5 to 10 days, if I order tomorrow, it will still be there in roughly 5 to 10 days. So fast shipping is also very important. Their call to action, I like it. It's plain, it's clear. They even mentioned the price here. You can test if that's good or not. They probably are doing that, but it's not something fancy. It's not very like, oh, look at us being cool. It's just add to bag. It's just clear. No misunderstanding there. The only thing that is not great is the contrast between green and white. It is not great for some people, perhaps, that don't have great eyesight, but otherwise it's good. Now here, they don't overwhelm you then with a lot of information. You can dose it yourself with tabs. So product details, you can read about it. The ingredients, which is super important. Then the shipping and delivery information is also here laid out clearly. You have all that information there. The returns, if you're interested in that, and how to enjoy it. Very easy, always good to make it as easy as possible. And then they also offer a bundle to save even more. They also have not only the day, but also the night kit. Always good to have a bundle that is also very relevant to people. In this case, if you have something for the morning and if you have something for the evening, that is relevant, right? So that's something that is a good upsell. If it would only be the product, so we can go back here to just the rainbow dust. They could, of course, do a bundle where you actually have all those extras. They probably have it on that page, and therefore, you know, they don't get much margin out of that because it's only $3 more in order to, I don't know actually why this suddenly is much cheaper. Probably I selected something. Oh yeah, this is per bag. That's also smart. So you might think, for only €3 more, you get all that stuff that's costing them more money, but that will make you more likely to be a regular user. They also highlight still what you get extra, right? So that's really good to do. And they also display here some media that they have been mentioned in that also creates some authority, some credibility. Because if, for example, the Sunday Times mentions them, it must be something that at least is a bit good, right? Not just some page that was created yesterday and therefore is trying to scam me, and it also creates a kind of a halo effect. If people trust these brands, they are also more likely to trust you. Here again, how to use in 4 easy steps. And then also again, what the ingredients are, because not everyone is going to use these steps. These steps are great to give the information and make it very clear where the information is and how you can find it. But some people also just scroll. So it's also good to have that information again here. And that's what they do. The only downside here is that they don't really explain, for example, why this lion's mane mushroom is in there. Like, what's that benefit? They do it for some. They don't do it for all. That would help, because otherwise people might still want to Google this. They go then to Wikipedia, and then their journey gets longer, more likely to drop off. It would be better if they would just mention that there. They have also a quality guarantee. They also say why it is good, made in England, dual extracted, third-party tested, 100% fruiting body of the mushroom makes it more like a quality product. And again, they have also here a reason, and you don't see that often, but why people use it every day. And that makes you, if you read that, feel like, yeah, that's also something that I want. That's what they created for. If you can kind of connect to what the page is saying, if you feel like, hey, that's me, then you're also more likely to buy it. So in this case, like, who doesn't want to be in the zone or increase their productivity, right? If you want an instant burst of energy and removal of brain fog, yes, of course you want that. You don't want the jitters of anxiety. You like to feel stimulated, but you don't want to crash. Of course, like, everyone would say to this, yes, that's what I want. But when you are going on a website, when you're just sitting on the couch and you read this, you're not thinking like, hey, they're using a certain tactic that makes me, of course, connect to it, because these are general statements that everyone actually can connect to. You don't think like that. When you see this, when you land on this page and you see that, you feel like, yeah, that's me. Yes, that's me. Yes, that's me. That's exactly what I want. And therefore, you feel like they understand you and you're more likely to buy. So that's a very good tactic that they have. And just to show you that mobile looks a bit the same, and that's also why these tabs are important for mobile, because the information is also lower on the page, but it's a lot of scrolling and people don't like to scroll that far down. They can already have the information there. You can see that they have the similar information also on mobile. So they also don't have a very different approach, that you have very different information on a mobile device and on a desktop device. Then they even have here a comparison where they compare it with their competitor, which is coffee. And again, what they also mentioned in the beginning, 0 crashes or jitters. This is just for people to feel like, okay, yeah, that's why this is a better alternative than the other. This is why I should buy this product. And then, of course, the reviews that you also can filter. You can see, okay, what do the people that don't like it, what do they say? That's very important, because it's not bad to show like bad reviews, because that increases your credibility, because in no way is going to every inhabitant on this earth going to like that product. There always are people that don't like the product, and seeing their reviews and seeing what they don't like about it makes it even more trustworthy, because you can always think, yeah, okay, but 4,000 people do like it, so probably, it wasn't just not what they expected. And you can also sort here by newest and highest ratings and lowest ratings. So you have some control here to find your information. What would be even a bit better, besides, having also the images here and the products that they bought, like, it's very comprehensive, is if you could also search in the reviews, because if you want to know a certain thing that you maybe have a doubt about, if there is a sort of crash, or if you stop drinking it, if you have some issues maybe, then you can search for it, and that's not really possible here. But otherwise, this is a very good page. And at the end, we have the FAQs. And this is good because it's also very helpful for your SEO, but for people that don't really want to read a lot and you have FAQs on your page, then they can just quickly go to those FAQs and find the answer, because it's not a lot of block of text that you have to go through. You can just look at your question and this is what I want to know. How does it even work? And then I can read it. So this is all in all a page that has everything that you need to have. And in the end, they even have some other kits that they recommend, and then the newsletter subscribe. So you can see how complete this is, how it answers all your questions, how it uses a comparison to make them look better. They also use the tactic that makes you feel like that product is right for you, because you can really relate to what they're saying, because that is why you would want it. They have a quality guarantee. And what they also do smart is at the top, I didn't mention that before, they have a 60-day money-back guarantee, which makes it feel like, it already says it here, that there is no risk for you. Now, this money-back guarantee is just basically a return policy. But what they say is you can just easily get your money back, no questions asked, which is good, because usually when you buy a product and you feel like, okay, if I don't like it, I might have to go through a lot of hassle to get my money back. And if it's just an easy return policy, then people are more likely to pull the trigger. And it's not the case that a lot of people return products. You know, as soon as people have a product, they are not likely to even do the effort to return it. So it's a good thing to have, and they just promote it a bit more like, hey, it's a money back guarantee instead of a 60-day return, right? This is more appealing because, hey, I get my money back, and return feels like a hassle. So look at this page and learn from this, because this has a lot of elements that makes a product page convert really well. Now, if you want me to analyze your page and see what's stopping your customers from buying and what you need to do in order to have a killer product page, then click the first link in the description below and book a free call with me today. And if you want to know more about how you can improve your product page, then be sure to check out this video in which I show you which sections you need to add to your page in order to get an instant boost in conversion rate.